What do you expect to happen here today?
We're picking the jury today, or we're going to qualify the jury and probably pick the jury today. I doubt with the time being as it is, we'll get into the trial, but we're going to get the jury probably picked and get ready for tomorrow.
And were there irregularities in this election?
Yeah, Ms. Jackson's petition alleges a number of irregularities, including racial epithets against her. She's of mixed race, and we have proof of racial slurs that were made against her heritage. Campaigning within 150 feet of the polling place, which is illegal, and voting for people, assisting voters that should not have been assisted, not actually just voting for them, and other things too, but those are some of the major things.
How do you intend to approve?
We've got a list of 30 witnesses. We've turned them all in. We've got witnesses, people coming to court that are going to swear under oath that these things happen.
This was a close election, too, in this runoff. Could this make a difference? What are you asking for?
Well, under the law, we don't have to show that the irregularities we're complaining of would be numerically enough to make a difference. We have to show fraud or intentional violation of the law, which we're going to show. And if you can show fraud or intentional breaking the law, then that's enough to entitle one to a new election. And that's what we're asking the court to do here, is to award, the jury will be asked to award a new election, a new runoff.
Do you believe that will be more difficult given the fact that Ms. Stokes is already sitting in her position on the council?
You know, as the attorney, I'm not involved in the politics of it. I'm not anywhere involved in that. I don't know anything about it. I'm handling the legal part of it, and my client's the politician in this instance. And so she's a very qualified lady, but the political part of it is not what I'm doing right now.
This was supposed to start at 9 today?
1.
I thought it was pushed back.
Well, it was pushed from 9 to 1 so that the citizens could come into the courthouse and sign their papers. When you qualify a jury, there's a lot of paperwork, and I think 300 people were called, so that takes time. And it's not uncommon in Hinds County to start a case at 1 o'clock instead of 9. In fact, most of them do on Mondays. Now, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, they start at 9 because the jury's already qualified. But the first day of the week is always a 1 o'clock setting.
Why is there a jury trial instead of a bench?
Because the law says it. The law requires a jury trial. Now, the parties can agree to a judge trial, and most people do. I've handled a number of election contests throughout the state and in several counties, and most people do waive the jury trial and let the judge decide it. However, in this instance, the parties wanted a jury trial, so that's what they'll get.
Both parties?
I was okay with a judge-only trial. Either way, it didn't matter to me. I'm okay. I like juries. I like judges. It doesn't matter.
Forgive me for asking this question. Do you know how many points,
Votes?
how many votes was the difference?
I have it written down over there, about 138 votes or so, give or take.
Okay. And you have a list of about 30. I mean, could that have actually make or break the campaign?
Under the law in Mississippi, if you're going to allege some kind of irregularities, you have to show that the irregularities were numerically enough to overcome the difference. But the kind of irregularities we're showing don't require that. We're showing fraud and illegal, intentional violation of the law.
By whom?
By poll workers, and in some cases campaign workers. Not by Mrs. Stokes. We've never alleged that she did anything wrong personally, but people running the election did something wrong. And it doesn't matter who does it. Every citizen is entitled to a free and fair election in this country. Everybody. And the free and fair election requirement belongs to the voter. We require a free and fair election so that the voters, the people, can have confidence in who gets elected. If we don't have that, then we're like any other country in the world. And the thing that separates us from other nations is the rule of law. And we have to have confidence in who gets elected. If we don't, then America is just like these other countries we see where elections are stolen. We can't have that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.